Yes.
All right, we're back and we're standing all together against crime and violence. The EUJA 5K and 10K run, which was held on Sunday, March 9, it broke records this year, attracting over 4,000 participants, making it the largest turnout in the event's history. The race, held in partnership with the Ministry of National Security, raised funds for literacy programs and early intervention initiatives to address crime and violence in Jamaica. The event also marked the beginning of the EU's 50-year anniversary of partnership with Jamaica, highlighting its commitment to citizen security. Your EU ambassador to Jamaica, Her Excellency Dr. Eria Ascola, she joins us this morning. Welcome to Sunrise, Ambassador.
Good morning, Ambassador. How are you? Nice. And congratulations on 50 years of partnership. Incidentally, we just recently had the Senator, the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, who spoke about the partnership and the 50-year celebration. A lot of people may not be so au fait with the EU and the work that you do, but vis-a-vis the 5K and the 10K, the EU has become more visible. Talk to me a little bit about the partnership and the 50 years that we're celebrating this year.
Yes, indeed, we have a long history of partnership with Jamaica. Jamaica has been a very precious partner for us because it is highly like-minded. We are working together in many different areas, not only on development cooperation. We are perhaps mostly known here in the country as a development partner, but we are also a political partner and trade partner. Yes. We have an economic partnership. We work together in multilateral fora to foster common positions, and especially now in the case of Ukraine, Jamaica has been very supportive of Ukraine in the United Nations. Yes. So that has been very important for us, and also the whole values agenda, human rights, democracy and all that. It's very, very well advanced here in Jamaica, and that's why we appreciate Jamaica and the partnership with it in that area as well.
One thing I appreciate is I've seen firsthand the way the EU has taken an interest in matters relating to crime and violence. It really puts its money where its mouth is in terms of support, particularly trying to tackle root causes of crime and violence. From where you sit, are those initiatives targeting root causes, social interventions, are they working? Are we seeing
yielding success?
I would say so. We work at different levels. We work with the government, with the Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Education. And you know, you have to work at different levels because you need the strategies, you need the legislative work, policy work on the one hand, but then you also need to work at the community level to raise awareness, but also to make these kind of targeted interventions that we are now doing with the creative language-based learning. Yes. Foundation, CLBL, who is delivering the kind of trainings at community level where they are training the teachers at many schools so that teachers can then train and deliver programs to improve the reading skills and literacy in the underserved communities here in Jamaica. So that's very important because the root causes, you know, we need to look at it holistically and work with the different actors on the ground, civil society, local communities, but also, you know, people, individuals, citizens who can have access to problematic communities or children or unattached youth. And that's very important. Multi-Care Youth Foundation is another community, another civil society organization that we have worked on here in Jamaica. But it's this kind of multi-layer intervention that we need to do to make sure that we have everybody on board, and we have to work on the on the prevention side and the enforcement side as well.
So
law
talk to me a little
enforcement
bit
as well.
about the 5K and that initiative, especially, when it comes to, we're in the month, International Women's Month, and happy International Women's Month to you,
Thank you.
well as one of the foremost women leading in a very positive and impactful way.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how the 5K and the 5K, 10K, how has that helped, and what other initiatives do you have for this 50th year of partnership celebration?
Yeah. Well, women and gender equality, women empowerment is always a important part of our partnerships throughout the world. And we cut across, in all our programs, there is an important gender dimension. Violence against women was added just this year to our budget support program on citizen security in Jamaica. So now we are working with the Ministry of National Security in this area, and raising awareness, of course, that's always important, because if without awareness there is no change, there is no action. And therefore it's something that it's a universal problem. Sometimes the root causes can be social norms, especially gender-based violence, and intimate partner violence is a taboo in many places, and also it's something that people do not want to talk about. There is a lot of shame involved, and when it's about families, when it's about sometimes turning in your own husband,
Yes.
and facing the consequences. It's not easy.
Yes.
And this is why the community work that we are doing with civil society is very important, because they can also then spread the word.
Something like a shelter is very important, so that women and or children who are faced with the violence, they have somewhere to go. Is the EU into building out more structures like that, so women and children can have a safe place of refuge?
We have, this is something that we have been active in the past. And now, now, our programming is always for 7 years, and we negotiate our priorities with the government, and we have broad consultations with the stakeholders here in Jamaica, and our current priorities are geared towards supporting the growth agenda of the government, green transition, digital transition, bringing Wi-Fi connections to schools, so more than 1,000 schools, and children's homes as well, tens of or dozens of children's homes, and then we work on expanding and making Kingston downtown area more sustainable, and expanding the Kingston Harbour. That's our big flagship under the Global Gateway that we are working on at the moment. So we choose every time a number of priorities that we focus on, because we cannot continue to do everything everywhere and address all the problems in the societies. But the main challenge is that Jamaica is facing crime and violence, green transition, digitalization, economic growth. These are the areas that we are mostly working on at the moment.
All right, definitely. Excellent. Thank you very much. Our guest has been Her Excellency Dr. Eria Ascola, the European Union Ambassador to Jamaica. Well, after the break, it's time to highlight Paralympic Day 2025. So stay with us to hear all about what has to come.